As you've just tuned in, it's the Rebels taking on the Raiders under 18 girls this morning. CPL edition 6. Both these teams stepping away last night with a win. Raiders beating Raptors 2-1. And Rebels beating the Heat 2-1 as well. So the two top of the table teams taking each other on this morning. Teams testing each other in this opening minute. But it's the Rebels with possession at the moment. As I was commentating last night as well, when both these teams played other opposition sides, such a nice vibe. Players of both Western Province and Boland taking each other on. These teams are loaded of talent. Some SA under 17 players, under 16 SA squad players, some under 17 HP players. Sam Flint on the ball now, another Western Province SA player. She was in that victorious Western Province under 16A side last year that took gold home at the under 16 IPT. Just a few silly errors in this opening 2 minutes. The girls still finding each other. Double turnovers. Making 50-50 passes at the moment. You can already hear player number 76 of the Raiders, Jihan Abrams. But as she's known among her friends, Gigi, on the ball there. Player that made the under 17 SA side that's touring to Malaysia later this year. Hannah Henderson of the Raiders applying pressure. But it's the Rebels with the positional higher percentage here at the moment. Both teams pressing aggressively, but last night, as shown again here with the Raiders in the deep defensive zone, keeping composure. Interception by Amy Carter, denied. Great save of the keeper, long corner. Rebels asking questions in the first few minutes here. Isabella Am on the ball. What can she do? Raiders applying immense amount of pressure and turnover of possession. Isabella making an awesome tackle there in the deep defensive zone of the Rebels to win back possession for her team. Free it out. You can definitely see that these are the two top teams after last night's fixtures. And let's see who will be victorious in this match this morning. Now the Raiders are stringing passes together, looking much better. Sarah Ashbolt on the ball. Circle entry. Saved by the keeper. Regained possession. Shot on target. Denied. Saved by the keeper. Free just outside the 25 for the Raiders. What can they do? We're going to see another circle penetration. Jihan Abrams steering her troops on the ball. Carla Tranter, under 16 player that's been pulled up to the Raiders under 18 side, and Daniela of the northern suburbs, as she's called among her friends, Danny, player number 38, playing the ball onto the Rebels player's foot, short corner. Can the Raiders put in the box to take the lead in this opening chukker of the first under 18 game this morning? Hannah Henderson, the injector, she's also the captain of the side. Grade 11 player from Herschel, Also part of the Western Province under 18A side. Going for the double castle again. And goal scored by Sam Flint, going to Castle 1. Great drag flick onto the right corner in the net. Beautiful goal. Well worked short corner. And the Raiders finding their rhythm now. Can the Rebels strike back? Emington Kate on the ball. Taking players on. Player 1, player 2, player 3. Sarah Ashbolt on the ball. You can just see her acceleration and her pace on the ball. Circle entry, shot on target, denied. Great block tackle. Raiders regain possession again. Block tackle again. 16-yard. What composure of the Rebels' deep defensive players. Their centre back there on the ball. To just stay composed with 3 Raiders players applying a great amount of pressure. Emington Kate on the ball again. She's also a very, very good athlete. I do believe she's number 4 in the country at the moment. In her age group, she's a hurdler. And she's got lots of pace, as she just showed. When she gets the ball, she accelerates, beating up to 3 players. The Raiders going into a back 3 here with Fetchers. Ball speed, very good. Gian Abrams just missed trapping that ball, unfortunately. And Isabella on the ball again. Can the Rebels stay composed, regain that focus, and getting passes going to penetrate the circle? Rebels man marking and therefore winning the ball on the overhead there. Great composure by Gigi. Oh, that was a foot. Unfortunately, the umpire missed that. It was a great ball into the shin there. Good step by the Rebels player there. Unlucky double turnover there. And now they're countering. Danny on the ball. This girl has got a lot of pace. Denied of the circle penetration, but long corner. Good skill shown by Sam Flint, play number 96. As I also mentioned last night, this Raiders age group have won the CPL twice in the under 14 section. They've won it last year in the under 16 section, and they will be a force to be reckoned with over this weekend. Emington Kate on the ball. Can she create that baseline run? Unfortunately denied, but Rebels regain possession again. I just feel that this Rebels side are making some 50-50 passes here. If they can just find their teammates with their passes, they can create some outcomes here. Anjum Kazi on the ball now. Can she win the short corner? Yes! Tucked into the player's foot there. BC number 2 for the Raiders. Anjum also a SA under 17 HP player and also part of that Western Province under 16A side that won the gold medal last year in Bloemfontein at IPT. Of South Side's doing very well at IPT this past 2 years. Boland under 16A playing in the under 16 final in Bloemfontein this year. Silver medalists. The Western Province under 16A side playing in a semi. Goal time! Great stuff. The short corner variation didn't go according to plan, but they improvised. Hannah Henderson scoring a magnificent goal there for her team. And the Raiders are leading 2-0. Raiders asking questions in this first chukker. The Rebels, as I said, just struggling to find each other at the moment. A lot of 50-50 passes, a lot of double turnovers. And we're almost heading into chukker break. Raiders stamping their authority down in this first 12 minutes. And chukker break it is. It's a quick chukker break in between the first 2 quarters, only a minute, and then at half time 2 minutes. So the coaches must just give short and sharp instructions while their players take a water break and just regain energy for the next chukker. 2 Western Province coaches coaching these 2 sides. Natalie Estevans from St. Sip's Girls School. She's also an SA under 16 trainer. And the Raiders coach Sean Hennelswood. Also a very good umpire as well. And a great indoor seals coach as well. He's won a lot of gold medals with his teams in previous years. His side also coming out victorious in the PSI 2023 Nationals in Cape Town last year, December. The Raiders leading 2-0. What would have Nats spoke about to the Rebels side, and what strategies will they come up with now to counter the Raiders to try and get onto the scoreboard in the second chukker? Yard outlet here for the Raiders. You can see they're very composed, but they need to be careful. In hockey we call it the 2-0 trap. You've got to focus here and keep on working hard, grinding hard. I've been in a 2-0 trap situation many times before as coach and player, and then ending up drawing the game or even losing. You just get into a sort of a lackadaisy mode, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a very tight situation. The Rebels grinding hard here, finding Amy Tenkate. Can she drive that right baseline as she does? Circle penetration. And can we see as I was about to say, can we see an outcome here. But it's a 16-yard free hit for the Raiders. Rebels in the circle situation. Keeper making a good save there. Staying composed. Rebels regain possession again. The Rebels going aggressively into that press situation, but Sam Flint on the ball again. Central player finding a outside left player. Amy Tinkate in the thick of things again. Taking on Sarah Ashbolt. Both very pacey players. Unlucky there, Amy. Losing the ball there on the sideline. Can the Raiders get an outcome here? Denied by player 58 here of the Rebels. She had a good match last night as well. Staying composed. Keeping her team in the thick of things. Just showing her experience again. And winning the free hit there. As I mentioned in the first chukker, the Rebels struggling to find each other, especially in the last quarter, to penetrate the circle. A lot of 50-50 passes, being played, and unfortunately turnovers by the Raiders. Very good outlet by the Raiders there. Isabella, I'm just losing a stick there as she made the tackle. And therefore the Raiders regain possession. Anjum Kasi on the ball. Oh, what a shot! It just shows the experience of this little nuggety player. Banging that ball into the left side top corner. What a goal. That is a good example of finding the third player. She came in as the help side mid onto that right side of the right shoulder of the circle and just clapping that ball, and the Raiders leading 3-0. Isabella, I'm on the ball again, finding the foot there. Luckily the umpire picked that one up. She missed one earlier. But it's so difficult to see, especially with the shadow of the players. You know, and not seeing when there's a brush of the ball on the foot or on the shin, or getting caught in a difficult angle where you can't see. But a free just outside the circle for the Rebels. Can they get onto the scoreboard? Very good tackle there by player number 43. Long corner to the Rebels. This Raiders side have been together since under 14. Like I said, they've won this or previous CPL editions with the same personnel and teammates before, so they know each other so well, doing very well, and just showcased here by leading 3-0 in the first half. The Rebels player winning that overhead. Frankie on the ball there. And a 16 player, only grade 9, being pulled up to the Rebels under 18 side. Player from Renish, also a great, talented player to watch for the future. Anjum Kazi on the ball again. Raiders winning possession back. Anjum just scored that previous magnificent goal in the left hand corner. Top right corner. She just banged that ball. Unfortunately, the Raiders not getting an outcome there in a circle situation. Oh, that's a better outlet from the Rebels. Much better. You can just see confidence now. Rolling, finding one another. And into the last quarter they go. Long corner to the Rebels. If this side can just keep finding each other, rolling good passes to one another, they can get an outcome. Circle, penetration, shot. Keeper making the save, long corner. Entering the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. Rebels on the ball. Hamilton Kate trying her best to get her side on the scoreboard here. Entering that right hand baseline. And they're going again. They're just struggling to get an upgrade or find an upgrade here in the circle. They're making circle penetrations but with no outcome. There we go. And as I said, short corner. They need to apply that pressure because they getting the circle penetrations but then unfortunately not going their way. They need to find a foot. They need to grind hard in the circle situation. And as just showcased by the Rebels, short corner. It's their second short corner of the match. Let's see if they can get themselves onto the scoreboard now. Yes! And as I mentioned, getting the outcome eventually. Great goal onto Castle 2. banged the straight shot. Fortunately, the post player couldn't regain possession for his side there. I can just assume that that ball got hammered into that goal box. Goal time. 3-1 still to the Raiders, but the Rebels just before halftime getting themselves onto the scoreboard. Much better second chucker of the Rebels. They started to find connections as the chucker proceeded, and while I was commentating, finding each other, finding passes, creating some space for the teammates to pass into, and their hard work paid off by getting themselves onto the scoreboard. But some individual brilliance of the Raiders as well. Anshum Kazi clapping that ball into the goal box. And they went up 3-0 in the first 3 minutes of the second chukker. But I am just, can almost say, relieved for the Rebels for getting onto the scoreboard, because they've worked so hard and just struggled to get the outcomes there in the circle situation, but eventually paid off. What will the coaches say now to both their sides here at halftime? It's a sunny day here at Western Province Cricket Club in Cape Town. It's also hot on the pitch, so players getting fatigued, running hard, working hard, but also the sun is playing a huge factor. You know, getting thirsty, getting tired, getting some sunburn here.
Once you do, they said they're gonna water between the one. Okay.
30 seconds left of this halftime break. And players stepping onto the pitch again, into their positions to start the third quarter. Raiders leading 3-1. Let's see if the Rebels can hit back and build on that last minute short corner goal to get another one in the box. Great tackle there by Frankie. She's still under 15 but playing in this under 18 section. A franchise making the decision to pull her up to the under 18A to the under 18s section. Free hit out to the Raiders. The Rebels asking questions in this first 2 minutes. Circle penetration, but denied by the Raiders. Great tackle there by Kiki. Kiara Kummer. Also a solid Western Province player, playing in the under 18 girls zonal side that won gold at Paul Gym in the under 18 South Zonal region tournament this year. Also a very good indoor player. Gian Abrams on the ball. What can she do? Gian still going strong for a team, applying pressure there onto the player of the Rebels and regaining possession. Circle penetration. Denied. 16 free hit. The Raiders asking questions. Free hit. Sarah Ashbolt on the ball. Circle penetration. Long corner. Karat Tranter playing number 55 on the ball. Driving hard. Regaining possession again there. I thought the Rebels player had it. Kiki on the ball, player number 90. As she's well known among her friends. Touching the circle, Rebels unfortunately couldn't make the tackle there. Raiders still on the ball. Long corner again for the Raiders. Will they get an outcome now in the circle situation? Players shouting, outcome, outcome. And PC time, eventually getting that outcome. Hannah Henderson making herself and prepping herself to inject that ball. What will the variation be? Unlucky not to get an outcome there. Player dragging the ball but denied by the keeper. Hannah Henderson regaining the ball again for a team, but unfortunately 16-yard free hit out. Raiders just taking control of this match. Possession wise, having about 90% of possession. They're into the final quarter again. And can they get an outcome here? Hannah Henderson to Jihan Abrams. Let's see if she can win a short corner for her team. Banging the ball into the circle. Denied by the keeper, but PC it is. The Rangers is taking this game to the Rebels, asking lots of questions, and within a minute and a half, getting a second short corner. Raiders penetrating the circle again. Not finding the box, just getting another long corner there. The Rebels defenders absorbing a lot of pressure at the moment, but denying the Raiders the whole time. The Raiders just overloading that right channel, stepping up with the player there, and that creates the overload, finding the third player on the right side, and Rebels not managing that player very well. Raiders slapping that ball in to maybe get a defender caught there by exposing their feet, but free it out to the Rebels. Hannah Henderson on the ball again. Oh, just couldn't find the striker there that had to lead around. The Rebels doing very well here in their deep defensive zone. Emma Hibbert on the ball there. Another under 16 SA player playing in the Western Province under 16A side. Being called up to the under 18 section by her franchise. Player number 59. Rebel just showing that they keep on grinding and trying their best to get outcomes for their team here, but the Raiders staying composed. Amy Kincaid just steering her troops there. Yeah, lots of pace. I don't want to be the defender trying to defend this pacey player. Free hit, won by Amy. In the 5-yard area. Can they get an outcome here? Great tackle by the Raiders player. But Amy on the ball again. Unfortunately, the Raiders winning ball back. Isabella, I'm on the ball now. This Rebels side just need to get themselves in the circle situation, taking the game to the Raiders, but they're struggling. The Raiders defenders doing very well by managing their direct opposition. Gigi in the thick of things again. Sam Flint on the ball. Very good overhead, but denied by the Rebels by man marking. Emma Hibbert on the ball again. Interception there by the Raiders. Some pacey players here, so they're quick onto the ball. Unfortunately, couldn't regain possession there, but free hit one. The Raiders side just very composed. Going into the chucker break here. A scoreless chucker. And Raiders still leading 3-1. Raiders getting some outcomes in the circle situation but couldn't bag a goal. The Rebels very quiet in this third chucker, struggling to penetrate the circle and to get some outcomes. The Raiders definitely in control in this match by having a very high percentage of possession at the moment. What will the last and fourth quarter of this game hold in for us? Let's see. Players taking the field again, as I mentioned. It's only a very quick chucker break in between chuckers, except for half time. Rebels applying pressure. Can't win possession back. Amy Kate on the ball again. This player is really grinding hard and working extremely hard for a team. Unfortunately, Raiders winning back, free hit there. Raiders breaking away. Can they penetrate the circle? They do, but 16-yard free hit out. Good outlet from the Rebels. Oh, circle penetration. Oh, good save by the keeper. Franking going for that right far post, but denied by the keeper. Sideline freed in the 25-yard area to the Rebels. Let's see if they can create some magic here. Amy Kate on the ball there, taking the backstick shot. Unfortunately not finding the target there, and 16 yard to the Raiders. Calls here from the Raiders to staying composed, but struggling to find one another, stringing passes together. Isabella trying very hard, just as Amy Kate, the two outside mids here of the Rebels, denied by the Raiders. Rebels regaining possession again. Rebels regaining position here. It's trying to find one another. Pass is not going from Rebels player to Rebels player, and Raiders regaining position again. Anna Henderson on the ball, double turnover there. Isabella now playing on the right hand channel. Now she's moving back. Emmett and Kate on the ball. Can we see a PC? Oh, long corner it is. On the ball. Can she create some magic for her team? Player leading. Oh. Player leading into that space there again. Free to the Raiders. They're in control of this match. They know they're leading 3-1. And you can see that they are just taking control of this match. Raiders asking questions again. But 16-yard free hit. Oh, it seems to me that it's not a 16 but a long corner. Umpire changing her decision there. Can we see another goal or two? Both matches last night that these sides came out victorious ended up being 2-1 and a tight affair in both matches last night versus the Raptors and the Heat. Rebels getting the free there just over the halfway line. But Rebels struggling to find one another to get some outcomes here for their team. Looks like Emma Hibbert on the ball here. Can she create some magic for her team? Oh, regain position. Can they get a PC here? Oh, I thought that was a foot of a Raiders player, but the Raiders deep defensive players just showing their experience and denying the Rebels there. Much better play of the Rebels penetrating the circle there. But as I said, just struggling to find that outcomes. If they can just get a PC, take the game to the Raiders, put them under pressure. But they're struggling to do that at the moment. But it was a much better passage of play there by the Rebels. And here they go again. Unfortunately, the Rebels player couldn't make a clean tackle there. Raiders winning the free hit there. As we're entering the last 3.5 minutes of this match, the Raiders still leading 3-1. They're definitely showing that they're in control of this match and they are not going to go down. They're going to keep grinding and working hard. Circle penetration for the Raiders. The Rebels defender trying her utmost best to deny. Great play of the Rebels defender. Like I said, she was a force to be reckoned with last night as well. So calm, cool and collected there in that circle situation. Here the Raiders go again. Isabella, I'm on the ball there. Regaining possession for her team. Still in their deep defensive zone. Isabella, I'm getting her team out there in that corner, showing some great skill and composure. And the Rebels in attacking mode again. That was a back of stick. Unfortunately, the umpire not picking that one up. And the Raiders attack again. You can see the girls are tired now, struggling to get that ball on stick. I'm grinding hard again for a team. Can the Rebels get themselves on the scoreboard in this last 2 minutes? Trying very hard. Free just outside the circle. For the viewers, we would always like to see, some action and some goals. So let's see if this Raiders can up it a notch and win themselves a PC, getting a shot on target. I'm going on her own there, moving 5 backwards, and there they go. Circle penetration, shot! Oh, keeper making a great save there. Rebels denied again. The help side players of the Rebels not finding themselves in those critical areas on the shoulder of the D and far post, and unfortunately that opportunity not used by the Rebels. Here they go again. Keeper is keeping her team in the mix here. Another shot on target but denied by the keeper. We're in the last 30 seconds of this match. Oh, and unfortunately the player lifting the ball into the circle. So it's a free hit out to the Raiders. Last few seconds left of this match. The Raiders putting up the pressure in that first chucker, leading 2-0, and that amount of pressure just making it a 3-1 affair to the Raiders. Keeping their spot on the top of the table, at the top of the table after last night's 2-1 win against the Raptors, and now a 3-1 win against the Rebels. The Raiders putting themselves in a very good position for this under 18 CPL Girls Cup. Great match, some great individual brilliance. 3-1 to the Raiders.